Greetings, everyone. This is Winnie Wriggle, and welcome back to OceanBlock 2. How are y'all on this fine Monday morning? You know, it occurred to me over the weekend that it's June. Happy Pride, everyone. Just real quick, want to let you know I see you, I hear you, I'm proud of you. All my LGBTQA plus peeps. So I hope you're having a good month. Okay, things that happened while you were sleeping. I love that it's dark and we got the beautiful Minecraft music. Look at the glorious trees I have. Do you know what these are? If I would turn on my HUD, you could see flourishing archwood. Yes, we just needed any tree from the Ars Nouveau mod to make progress. And after all that looking in the nether, guess where these were? In a freaking drop. The regular parachute drop that came down had one sapling. So we're in business with that wood for our progression. I also did, you might notice, a couple of things. All of our crafting automation weird stuff that was out here is now gone and moved. I mean, not gone, it's just moved. And if you give me just one second to do a little magic thing, I can say hello, everyone. Okay, I always have bad screen shuffle in the mornings. There we go. So I did a few things. Let's sleep so you can see everything because it's not lit up yet down there. Okay, so we now have storage drawers from functional storage. These are compacting drawers. This was everything that was in that yellow chest. All of our resources are now in here. Woo. And the regular ones for ores and stuff are on this side. And they're, if you hook them all up to a storage controller using the linking tool here, and then you have a configuration tool, they're all locked by default. Also, if you didn't know, see there's now a green fuzzy area around me? See how when I put that in my hand? Whoop. That means that any drawers in this area I can link to this controller. It's I think it's a one chunk wide area with the controllers the center. So all of these storage drawers are also linked to them. I have not even begun to fill them up yet. Just the items that we're already getting from processing the sand, dust, and gravel. And then this is our little make all the things from the strainers so that I have building materials. And it looks like no, chunk loader still didn't work, which is sad. That's okay. So we have a place to put things. And here you'll remember is us processing through the sieves, the dust, the sand, and the gravel. And now these things go into their barrels, and then I have set up modular routers to filter them because I mean, I guess we could have used integrated dynamics, but we could afford modular routers. So there's one on the bottom of the barrels and one on the top of the barrels. The top barrels are just taking the materials that can just go directly into storage. So the way this works, I have a color-coded ender chest. This is orange and orange because aren't you glad you set up a storage system? See what I did there? So when things go into this ender chest, they appear over here. So anytime we have a process, and we got the ender chests in drops, by the way. Anytime we have a processing area in the base that needs to be fed into the main storage, we'll just set up this color-coded ender chest to pull it in here. Right? So I didn't have to run cables across this mess right here. I just have everything fed into an ender chest because multiple things were happening. I needed to sort items that don't need to be processed, come out the top, and in this case the side, to go directly into storage. And then items that do need to be processed, like the little lead chunks, they come out of the bottom of the barrels and they go into a simple set of compacting drawers where they're compacted. And then I have another modular router back here that pulls just the compacted items that can be smelted out and puts them in these 2 tempered glass jars where they're being processed, right? So we used to have this and we had to do it manually. Now everything is automatically compacted and pulled out, and all of our filtering is done with modular routers. I think I could probably do like a one-off video on how that's been set up. Let me just show you one. I don't want to break it. So for example, this one has, think of a router as a modular router as a one-handed robot. If you're trying to set them up, they only have one inventory slot. So I couldn't use the same router or maybe I could have. It was easier to use a different router for the things that needed to go one way, and then another router underneath for the things that needed to be processed. So this one says pull from the down direction, which is where the barrel is. And I think, can I see it? Yes, here we go. So this puller is set up as a whitelist, and there is a filter in here for just those 3 items. Sorry, 4 items. See, 4 members and filter. And it's set to the down direction, so you can pick what side of the router block needs to interact with things. So it's pulling those 4 things from the down side, and it's ignoring any weird data, and it's only pulling those 3 things. And then it's sending through the left side those same 4 things, also only those 4 things, because it's a whitelist. And they're all set up in a similar fashion. So this one is pulling from above itself because it's sitting under the barrel. And in this case, it's pulling 13 different things, and those are just the raw ores, right? Good morning, Kirk. How are you doing this morning, sir? We will use modular routers again for things, and I'll be sure to do it on camera. I also think maybe this would be worth a short. Anyway, they're all set up as whitelists with filters. And then these things are just stack upgrades so that they can move more than 1 item at a time. And where possible, the maximum number you can use is 6. So they're basically little filtered single item inventories that help us with our sorting. Because our pipes, I don't have filters, the capability to put a filter on the Oritech pipes yet. So we're doing it all with modular routers. Woo! Okay. What does that mean? That means that all our stuff now is stuck in these drawers, and I can't craft with it. Like, I literally, towards the end of the time of setting this up, I was having to pull items manually out of the drawers, and that's no good. So what we're going to do is set up a storage system using integrated dynamics. So I'm going to expose that controller so we can get to it. Blech. And we're going to need these things. A storage terminal. You don't need 3. I just got 3 in drops. We need item interfaces. Logic cables. And I think... What does the quest book say about this? It's under getting started. All the way over on the right. And it says, with access to redstone, setting up a better storage system is definitely something I should put some time into. There's so many different ways I can achieve this, but one of the best ways might be to make an early form of digital storage using integrated dynamics. Make an early game digital storage setup with logic cables, item interfaces, and a storage terminal. And then they have notes for you. Start by placing item interfaces on each of your chests that you want to add to the network, then connect them all together using logic cables. Then you put the storage terminal somewhere on a logic cable, So you can see the network. It allows you to see all the items that are in connected chests, and it lets you craft from those resources. And then it talks about using a squeezer and a drying basin, which we've seen. I actually made the mechanical versions of those, and let me show you the other thing I did while you were sleeping. Remember, I was like, oh no, I don't know how to do power. I've done power. Very tiny power. We used immersive engineering. I'm sure you've seen this setup. Most of my modded worlds start with immersive engineering power because it's so easy. First, we made a kinetic dynamo. And the reason we went this direction is we had all the materials. I didn't have to have steel. So this one needs a copper coil brick, which is just iron ingots with copper wire around sticks. And an iron mechanical component, which you can craft with a copper ingot and iron plates. And iron plates, remember, we can make in our foundry, right? Because we have a plate mold over there. So I made them. And then you make a windmill. Windmill. Like so, and it's just a piece of iron and some windmill blades. But to make the windmill blades, you need treated wood planks. And we get treated wood planks. We could only do this because we went to the nether, right? This is why I was so excited about magma blocks. You can only get treated wood planks by putting creosote oil in a crafting grid with a bunch of wood, and you get treated wood planks. And this creosote oil is made in a coke oven. To make coke bricks, we needed clay, any brick, and the magma droplets. And I got magma droplets by putting a magma block in a crafting grid. Super easy. So as soon as we had that first magma block, we could do this. And you put coal in here, and it produces coal, coke, and creosote oil. So the oil comes in handy for making the things for immersive engineering. The coal coke we will need eventually when we get to steel. Normally you would make a blast brick oven in order to do that, but they have steel gated behind some other mods in this. So we're just going to put the coal coke in our not yet connected storage. And the wood in here. Okay, so let's set up our storage system. And I think for now, since we're still super easy, right? I mean, sure. Super easy power. You need windmills and a kinetic dynamo. And then immersive engineering uses... This is all in the quest book, by the way. Immersive engineering uses LV wire connectors and copper wire to connect it. In drops, I have been getting these power cells from RF Tools Power. And so we now have 8.5 million RF stored. They work together as a multi-block. That means you can set them down in a group and they act as one block. And I hooked them up using Oritech energy pipes, which are... we could make them because we made electrum in the smeltery, and fine wire is just 3 nickel ingots in a row. So I know modded Minecraft can be kind of crazy, but just follow the crafting recipes. They're deep and insane, but if you have the materials, great, you can do the thing. If you don't, then you have to go back to the quest book and say, okay, why can't I do the thing? But we have starter power. So I converted our squeezer and drain into a mechanical squeezer and a mechanical drying basin. So now we have boatloads of mineral for more integrated dynamics stuff. And because we don't have a storage system yet, I have to come over here. Nope. Mineral is one of those things that only compacts once. So we put them all in there. Okay, storage system. Let's get this set up. Also, I have made squid ink pasta. And you'll notice, I think we're up to 4 hearts. So we have 20, 40, 2, 4, 6, 8, 48 HP. Which is pretty damn good for Minecraft, I'm just saying. Okay, this might be a disaster, but we need to... I'm gonna go ahead and set... Oop, my light's in the way. Bye, light. I'm gonna... Nope. Wrong direction. Don't crouch. Why are you facing the weird way? It wants a cable there. There we go. The little white grid should be towards you. There you go. So, we have a storage interface. Woo! It's not hooked up to anything. But I'm going to put it in here for now until I actually, like, move ourselves over to one of our... But we're, like, there's too much happening in here for me to move us yet. So that is... And if we'd had to craft this, it's not terrible. Storage terminal. We need glowstone, which we can get from crushing and sifting netherrack. There's mineral. There's these things that input variable transformers. They're just a bunch of mineral and a bunch of mineral and paper. And it's just 2 different versions, one with a piston, one with a sticky piston. And then the middle thing is also mineral berries, another one of those transformers, and a static light panel, which is just berries and redstone with this same thing with the variable cards. So it's just deeply nested. We can also make a portable version of this by adding crystallized mineral chunks to the storage terminal itself. So we'll turn one of these into a wireless version. However, in order to use it, I think we have to have something called an omnidirectional connector, and I don't know that we have the technology to do this yet. We can make monodirectional connectors, which are just those little input variables. I know I'm rambling, but we need logic directors, and that involves crystallized chorus chunks. We might do this at the end of the episode. You can't tell me how nice it is to hear me as you sip coffee. Oh, I'm so glad. Good morning. I hope I make your morning. We can put proto-chorus in our productive metalwork smeltery and get liquid chorus. And then I think we can pour that out into blocks, and then we can use those blocks to get ourselves crystallized chorus chunks and make the logic directors. However, proto-chorus requires ender pearls, which is why we're going to do the mob farm as soon as I set this up. Okay, the blocks we need to connect to, I'm tempted to say that these up here, because they're bulk storage, we should probably move them to the storage system. Especially since I have dust in these. The other alternative would be to put another drawer controller over here. No, I think I want to move them. And the good news is we should be able to just pick them up. There's 3, there's 4, there's 5. I'm going to leave the last one because we're actually going to want to import those into this instead. And let's see, what side do we want to use? I'm going to use this side. I'm only removing these for aesthetic cases. You don't have to. You could have just added them to the end. Because we'll be accessing all of this from the storage system, right? Okay, and then here is the dust and Stardust quartz from that last drawer. And then the other thing I'm going to need to do, because I've done this, if you notice, if I hold the linking tool, those 5 drawers are not part of this network. So I need to make sure I'm shift right click on this controller and it says controller configured to the tool. And then I just need to click on these drawers to add them to that controller now. So now if I walked up to the controller and put string away, it would go into that drawer. And let's pick up this one. And this one I think I'm just going to move by hand because it's faster. If there were tens of thousands of items in here, I would do this. Let's just put you all in there. And let's... I hate to do this, but I want to steal the upgrade from in here. So we're just going to void those. We'll get endless amounts of these. So I want to steal that upgrade and put it in here. Shift right click on the drawer on the outside. Now these will hold 4,000 of this instead of just 512. Give me all that. Give me all that. I have void upgrades on... well, not on these. We will be adding void upgrades to those drawers. Because otherwise your system will get backed up. Like, I didn't have void upgrades and the gunpowder over in the sorting chest, like, it filled up the ender chest with gunpowder and nothing could get through. We're still manually cranking the water. I'm going to work on solutions to that off camera. The sluices are really picky about where they get their water. Hold on, we're just going to run this one up to 5 minutes again so it's processing while we're derping around today. Yeah, clearly the chunk loading didn't work because these didn't time out. That's okay. That's okay. It's only producing materials while we're online, apparently. Okay. We're going to need to get our... So now we have only this set of barrels, which is good because, boy, we're going to need more. Can I pick you up? Yes. I just want to move it over one spot so all the barrels are kind of lined up. Because these are now going to act like just one giant storage block. And most of them are full. So as we throw more and more stuff in here that's not in storage, these are going to fill up. So I want to make... Or at least I want to put down a few more barrels, like so. There we go. And we can upgrade those as we run out of space. And now we need access to the back of them. Which I think is... Nope, not there. Below them. Well. So much for our beautiful... The water doesn't matter. Ugh! Okay, the ship matters. Can we not say we did? Ugh! Can we? No! Don't break. Just go over here. Okay. That's good. That's good! That's good! Back it up. Wow. This thing has a mind of its own. Go pirate ship. Yo-ho. A pirate's life for me. Okay. And on the back of each drawer, we need to stick one of these, an item interface. Otherwise, the system can't see the drawer, right? So we shift right click so that we're not opening the barrel when we put these on here. So everything you want to be connected to the storage needs one of these. And then to connect them all together, we put pipes on the back. Logic cables, I think is the right word. So they make this beautiful network of goodness. I don't know that they all need to connect in so many different ways. 1 second. Will you work on these? No. Does integrated dynamics have a wrench? Yes. It's mineral and redstone. Let's make one of those. Or wait, I may have already made one. Hold please. Little bitty wrench. No, what about uncrafted? No, I think that's what I thought it was. Yep, okay, let's make one of those, because that's important. So we'll go back over here. That's why we need storage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 piece of redstone. And I need a crafting table over there. Oh my goodness. And we're going to make the tiny, cute, adorable wrench from Integrated Dynamics. Only because it's never a good idea to give a computer 2 different ways to get something done. And so I'm going to turn off only all the connections except one. Like maybe the one. So see, they're still all connected through the one that goes down to our storage terminal. So now, if I come over here and right click this, I should see, holy smokes, all of our stuff, right? Which we can sort by name, sort by item amount, ascending or descending. Item, yeah, let's not do it by name. Let's do it by amount because I like that better. And then we can change the grid size here to be something a little more less crazy. And then there's an item crafting tab that lets us craft from our entire storage. And can I, like, maybe that size is good for looking at things. And you can search for like things like a chest, woo, and shift click to put stuff back in. And it doesn't require any power, just the items. It's also JEI integrated. So if we go and say I want to craft a mineral torch, well, we don't have those things in storage, but if we did, we're going to go connect the other stuff up so that this works. Okay, and let's put our light. I don't even know. There's so much stuff in the way. How about on the ceiling? That's good. So now we can see all the things in these barrels. Let's add the things in the storage. So we're just going to need an item interface on this one controller. Right there. And then we just put cables that run all the way over here. And in fact, I'm going to not drown, first of all. I'm actually going to make them go down a little bit so that our boat doesn't get caught on cables. So maybe like just 2 blocks. It's hard to set things. Oh my goodness. Give me this. Thank you. These are a little... You gotta hit it right on the thing. Okay. And we're gonna run you this direction. Not drown. I should have had a potion of water breathing. Someday we'll have respiration on our thing. We can swim fast. That's good. Are we there yet? Nope. Don't I have more cables? I Let's go breathe. Doo-ba-doo-doo. And more cables in a row, please. We're almost there. The problem is you sink so fast when you swim. Not like flying. I feel like there should be gasping noises as I take deep breaths, right? There we go. Can I use you to break the end of a cable? Or something? No. Okay. We're gonna make a mining gadget soon. Just FYI. Because breaking stuff underwater right now is such a pain in the tockus. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, in theory... One more breath. In theory, we should be able to see all of that stuff now. But before we mess with it, we need to change one thing. And that is, if we go up to the connector and right click it, it has an interface. And we want to make sure that the priority for this storage system is high. Because we want things to go into those drawers first before they try to get put in a barrel. Otherwise we'll end up with like redstone in these barrels instead of where it's supposed to be. And then this one, these are all set to 0. I might change them to 1 Like so, just so they have a priority. Like so. We could even change them to say fill up the existing barrels first. I believe you could also set filters to say, using integrated dynamics, to say only put items of a certain type in a certain barrel. We don't care right now, because eventually we're going to replace this with disk drives from refined storage. But here is the test. When we right click on our storage, do we see everything? Haha, look at that! Redstone, iron, gold, all the things. Ah, that's so amazing. So now we could craft anything. Let's say I need more logic cables. Can I make some logic cables, please? Yes, look at that. Magic auto crafting for free, basically. Like, we grew some trees and squeezed the logs and used a little bit of iron to make those things, and a little bit of redstone. Also, we got the interfaces from drops, which is great. Also, don't let me... Uh-oh, 105 blocks east. What? Is it still here? Did I miss it? Was I rambling too long? Hello? Where are you? Am I going east? I bet I missed it. I'm gonna cry. I cry. I don't see anything. Nothing. Bueller. We missed it. Okay. I'll pay more attention next time. Jeez. That probably happened right when I logged in. That would be my guess. Okay. So we set up storage. Now let's do the mob farm, because we have the thing we need to do it. I did connect these with little bridges. I'm not sure I'm happy with that, but you know. It's something, it's like, it'll work in a pinch. Also, I realized when I moved this building, it lost its lever. And let's store our XP. What else did I do? I think that's it. Okay, so now we have all of our storage integrated. We're also going to connect that storage system to this controller. So that we have access to the items that'll be coming in to the mob farm. And I think everybody needs a creeper face on the floor. I did put the little faces around the edge of this. I made this room... I tried to make it a 9x9. Like, I literally rebuilt the whole room. And then I tried to upgrade the fan to be a 9x9, and it can only take 3 width upgrades and 3 length upgrades, so it couldn't reach the grinder. So I made it back into a 7x7. We're still gonna need 4 of the rotten eggs to make this work, and then each of the fans needs redstone, and I want to be able to turn it on and off without having to go in there. So I made little lit rooms using fence gates so we could turn that on and off. But let's cut down our tree, make our rotten eggs, sleep off this rain like we do, have a sip of tea. I'm having a lovely local breakfast tea this morning. It's not my Earl Grey, but I'm out of my Earl Grey. Surprisingly difficult to find the decaf Earl Grey sometimes. Wally World let me down with the order this week. Tree. Let's chop a tree down. And I made the blaze gold axe because I was interested in the tree chopper function. I put that upgrade on here. This is a tool from Dire Things. Just Dire Things, pardon me. And it's cool, but wow, it takes a long time. Like, I'd be faster to do vein miner, I think. But if you did not have vein miner, that would be amazing. Where did all that go? There we go. Archwood. I'm just gonna grow another tree because we'll need all the wood all the time for Ars Nouveau, which we can now get into now that we have the gray wood You can have, you can start with any of the trees. They can be the blazing, the flourishing, the vexing. I can't remember the others. Doesn't matter. We just need the archwood planks, and they all give the same plank. And look at me, just chucking saplings in the storage system without caring where it goes. Same with the storage terminal, although we might put a terminal over in that building too, so that we can craft from it. And then also with the weird things, you guys won't stack because you're locked. Hold on. So if I take my configuration tool and make sure we're on locking, I'm gonna unlock all of them. That's only because if they're locked, they have different what's called NBT data, and they won't stack. Okay. I am gonna stick these in the wood drawer because I'm like that. And we can put our wrench back. We can put the smart wrench back. My linking tools I carry with me. And we're gonna hook up the mob farm, so we'll leave those two. In fact, let's get the... Nope. What's that called? Interface, maybe? Nope. Terminal. Let's... If you shift... Sorry, control click gets you one of those. Shift click gets a whole stack. We'll put a control terminal in the mob farm. That'd be nice. Right? Okay, we need to craft... an imbuement chamber from Ars Nouveau, which is archwood planks and gold ingots. And the reason I know that is in the quest book, the quest that we're following is make a mob farm, building a dark room underwater. Well, we're advancing from that. We're making this. For mob grinding utilities, we want a rotten egg. And to get a rotten egg, we need to feed a chicken cursed chicken feed. So let me save that. So cursed chicken feed is what we're manufacturing. And basically that means we need to use an imbuement chamber, put a solium seed base in it, and it will give us cursed chicken feed. So we've made the imbuement chamber. Now we need some solium seed bases, which is just solium dust and some prosperity seed bases. And a prosperity seed base we get when we put prosperity shards and any mythical agriculture seed in a tempered glass jar. I'm sorry, any seed in a glass jar. And I think I've made... Blech! We have one solium seed base. Let's, do I have pumpkin seeds? No. But I will. And if we put... We need prosperity shards. So some of those, and I need a tempered glass jar and an jar automator. Should we set that bugger down? Set this guy down because it doesn't need heat like our other processes do. It just needs normal temperature. So now it's crafting, and it should just spit the seed out at me. Someday. Where'd you put that? Hello? Bueller? Did my backpack pick it up? No. What happened? Did you fail? Mysterious. Can I do that one more time? And prosperity shards. And maybe let's put a chest next to it, so that it's happy about having an inventory to put stuff in. Like, what was that? You crafted? I think it needs 16 seeds, 16 prosperity shards per craft. Oh yeah, there we go. Prosperity seed bases. I just didn't have enough prosperity shards. Oh, did you know you could turn seeds into dirt? What? Where's that recipe? Yeah, just seeds into... Wow. Because I'm making dirt over here. I'm making dirt by grinding cobble into gravel and gravel into dirt. And I'm also making clay by combining gravel and sand in water. So it's pulling gravel and sand from our 2 gravel and sand sifters. Just in case you wondered what this weird line of stuff was. So this is my dirt manufacturing and clay manufacturing. So we can expand our dirt as needed. In fact, that needs an upgrade. And I need to eat. What shall we have? Leftover cheesecake or pancakes? I think pancakes. All pancakes. All cheesecake. Breakfast of champions. Okay. Now we need to make solium seeds. Let's go to the crafting and go SOUL. Yeah, there we go. And we say solium seed base is made like this. Oh, let's put those in there. Let's do that again. I'm sure I have more solium. Really? Apparently not. All my netherrack's in my pocket thing. Let's grind a couple pieces. Never ending with Minecraft, modded Minecraft. The depths of the crafting. Gregory, what's up, friend? Okay, I think we do it in lava, so it goes in here. Oh, it's because I hadn't put any of this in the system. That would explain it. Just sitting there in a drawer doing no good at all. There we go. Hey, could you be all of it, please? Thank you. And so that means I'll need to hook that up to automatically go into the storage system. Once more with feeling. Okay, we now have 4 solium seed bases. We have an imbuement chamber. It does not need anything fancy. I think we're gonna do Ars Nouveau. We'll start it kind of right here is fine. And all I gotta do is put that in there. Woo! That's gonna take a while. Let's make more, because we're gonna need a bunch of imbuement chambers for the Ars Nouveaux. 3. I mean, we'll just make 8, because that's a thing. We will need them. They're just pulling source out of the atmosphere to do this process, so it'll take them each about a minute to do that. Let's make... No, we're stuck here, because I need pearls from our mob farm to do this. You had talked about a server so we could all join back before everything happened. Is that still happening? Yes, it is. The server is up. The Discord has been created. However, I am waiting on, I can't give everybody the raw IP because that's just a bad idea. So I've had to create web aliases through like GoDaddy. So we're just trying to figure out how to set the aliases up on the server so they can be things like Ocean I think I'm gonna call the server Shiny Peeps. Who knows? But shinypeeps.oceanblock. .com or whatever. Or .net. So yes, everything is up and ready. I suspect it will be this week or less. We'll have the OceanBlock open for everybody. And I might send DMs to a handful of you before then. Okay, we have our cursed chicken feed. Woo! So yes, server is happening. Like actually. And let's go sleep. So those converted the seeds to cursed chicken feed. In case that was unclear. And let's put these back in here because we don't need them right now. Clear the storage. Clear the storage. Beautiful. Let's go curse some chickens. I do want to breed them while I'm there. The other thing I did while you were sleeping, it's been hiding behind my tree farm here. I moved the animals into their own little areas. There's no, like, we're still working on the construction, so right now they're floating in the sky. But I put you can't see it, the auto feeder from Farmer's Delight. So it'll auto feed the cows and the pigs and the chickens. I just haven't put it in for the other animals yet. I think I did the pigs, maybe. Or the sheep. So I'll make some babbies for me. Is that everybody? Yes. Okay, because I'm about to sacrifice 4 of you. There's 1. Ooh. That looked painful. 2. Even more painful. But there's our rotten egg. I feel so sad about doing this. Thank you for your sacrifice, chickens. So 4 rotten eggs. I guess can't do redstone underwater. We might do an integrated dynamics to control lights, but for right now, it's gonna be. Can I get out of here? Whoop. It's just gonna be run in and put torches on the wall, and hope that it works. Right? That's the way every mob farm starts. Run in, take your torches down, and hope everything works. And if we're really smart, we will keep the fans off until we set this up. The other thing I have not made is ethereal glass yet. How hard is that? I think we need ender pearls to do that, so we might just work in the dark. No, I tinted glass, which we have not gotten any. I think it's because I don't have amethyst yet. Yeah, and there's no other way to make it. And getting amethyst shards is... We're not there yet. No access. Okay, well, it's a thought. So each rotten egg does a 5x5 area. And because this is a 7x7, putting it in the middle doesn't help us. So we're going to do 1 here. And then we're going to move over to that same spot and go 1 here. And then we're going to move over to that same spot and go 1 here. And 1 here. And so that fills up our farm with dreadful dirt. And without lights, that will spawn mobs. Any mob that can spawn at this level in the world will spawn in here once the lights are out. So I think we're good. I've got a little bit of sharpness and a lot of looting in our mob masher. So we're going to kill the lights and run. Whoop. And then we're going to turn on all of our fans. Nope, don't shut the door. Turn on the thing. Here we go. I hear things dying. Ah, the glorious sound of a mob farm working. Which means we should be getting a whole bunch of junk in here. Excellent. And most of it's going into my inventory. Okay, the dirt and the torches are me. So now we want to populate. Look, we want to go get. I need item pipes. Wow, we really need a remote version of this item. I need these so we can connect it up to that storage drawer set. Whee! Like so. And then as soon as we put something like ender pearls, feathers, zombie flesh, bones. Oh boy. These leads, redstone. Wow, it's going fast. Spider eyes. So this is what we do: set up the storage, and this works because all of our drawers are locked, right? We also turn off our magnet. That is the primary issue. And put this crap back in here. Yep. Is that it? Okay. Lionfish. And then if we turn this on, it should pull. Now the problem with this is these pipes only pull from the first slot. So if the thing in that first slot doesn't have a place. Wow, way too loud. If the thing in that first slot doesn't have a place to go, like there's a potion of swiftness, then this will get stuck. Glowstone needs a home. Sticks need a home. What else? Carrots. Carrots are great. Copper. Because we're getting drowns, obviously. Bottles. String. Bottles. String. Sugar. These lungs, which is creepy, but yay, mob farm. Potions of healing. And then there's going to be a whole host of things we don't want, like crappy bows and armor. And I think the way we're going to handle that is to put a trash can after the storage link. Like, put the longer... how's that gonna work? I think we're gonna have to filter our trash can. That's okay. Let's make a trash can. Do you like trash? Like so. Oh, do we not have any of that? What do we need? I know we have that. Cobblestone. Really? Are you... Oh, there we go. JEI search sync. Helps to push the button, Winnie. Dun, dun. Why no do? Because I am almost positive you have stone in a drawer. Yes, like right there. And the chest. Like that. And cobble. Like that. So why aren't you crafting? Probably because I'm on the search side. That would be it. User error. So you need to be on the item crafting tab in order to craft. Which makes perfect sense. Yes, indeed. Okay, we have a trash can. They have a built-in filter. It's not enough, but it'll do for right now. I don't know what filters we can add to this. What we want to do is... I think we just want to put it far from... Make it the longer pipe to get to. And put it on... I guess put it on blacklist mode. Let's start with whitelist mode, and then if it gets out of control... So I want it to filter out bows. And boots. Gold and glowstone. Because we don't want those. And could you just take all that for a second? Good. Okay, we want to keep those nautilin shells. We want to keep the bone meal. And do we have iron in there yet? Apparently not. I really would like the iron to go into the bigger storage system. So we might have a modular router that does that. There's like 1 or 2 items, but we won't get enough iron here to make a huge difference. We might get enough redstone. We'll see. Okay, so it's sorting. So far, everything has a home. Ta-da! Mob farm setup complete. Yay! Okay, it's also giving us, we have 16k fluid XP. We can bring our little XP thing here and dump it in that so we have enough XP to charge anything. Okay, leather pants. We don't want those either. Thanks, game. So I'll come back every once in a while and check on this because it's bound to get clogged up with new stuff. But for now, let's hook it up to the rest of the storage. There we go. So we can see these items. And I'm gonna go get some air. And how far do we have to go? Oh, far. I might have enough cable for this. Let's just go. We'll just go in a straight line because we can. And we'll come off of this one because I think that'll be fine. If we don't drown, you know what? I'm going to grab a potion of water breathing because I think I made extras. And let me get some food, like a hamburger. I'm not going to mess around with extra hearts on camera. Wow, why is that redstone going in there? I may have gotten our priorities wrong. Wow, some of this needs to go in storage drawers for sure. What was I doing? I said it out loud and now I can't remember. How would you join the Discord? I have not released the Discord yet. I will send out, it'll be in the description of every video. But until we get, I need the Discord to be set up to where you can't see the server channels until you've requested to be whitelisted. Because everything's going to be controlled by whitelist. So, patience, Padawan. I will provide all the information as it is available. Water breathing. That's why I came in here. Did I not make some? I know I made some. Or maybe we drank them all. Wait, what was that one? There it is. Ah, see? I wasn't crazy. Let's sleep. It's hard to see stuff in the dark. Yay, endless ender pearls. That opens up, like, all kinds of stuff for us. Okay, this should be much easier now. Given that we should have enough. In fact, let's just go this way. I'll make this pretty later. Do we care it's underwater? Probably. Because I'd like some underwater components to our base eventually, right? I don't think I have enough logic cables to get over there, but we'll try. You know, I should have used the building gadget to do this. Hindsight is 20/20. Look. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a new drinking game just dropped. Every time Winnie misses a cable, take a drink of your favorite tasty beverage. Coffee, tea. Wow, I missed this one. That's okay. Give me that, and give me all these. Oh wow, you don't vein mine. That's very sad. And my magnets run away. And I think I can't move that. No. What's up? Doing anything? No, it's just a random misplaced block. Perfect. That's too far. I have a feeling I'm one block short. Yep. It's featured. That's fine. We're just gonna connect it. You have to drink a whole glass if you don't have it. If I don't have enough to actually collect. We have 8 left. Yay! Good job. Go us. I don't know that it matters, but I'm sure any system does not need places it could potentially go that don't connect to anything. Just seems like a bad idea. Okay, did I misclick anything else along here? Yes, a billion of them. Awesome. Whoop. No, you won't fit under there, lady. Okay, now here's the test. Oh, we need to make this one prioritized as well. Wow, how long do you take to break? A long time. Long time. So let's change this priority. There we go. To like 5. And I hope. Oh, you know what? I bet I didn't hit save. Nope. Save. And then these. Well, we'll just leave these as none. It's fine. That's important. Is there anything glaringly... Oh, now here we can take our mob stuff that's happening in the mob farm. And if we put it in here now, it should go into the mob farm instead of a random drawer. Yay! So we should also get slimes down there, I think. I can't remember. Squid ink for sure. Let's go check, because I'm guaranteed that thing is clogged up again. I only know this because this is the way it was working on my test world. Yep. So we also get the cataclysm weapons, the ocean weapons. So like there's a coral spear. Oh, and chicken. Excellent. What else mysterious? Ooh, you hear that? That's one of the big squids. They drop edible tentacles. That's from Cataclysm. Nice! Look at these. Amethyst crab shells and crab meat. So we definitely want to keep those. delicious. You can make bloomstone pauldrons with the crab shells. It's +9 armor, and it lets you fire amethyst clusters. All right, it's a really great kind of mid-game chest plate too. And you can netherite it up if you want to give it different characteristics. Okay, anything else that we don't have? So far, and what I'll do is probably set up a separate drawer and collect some of the cool, because the weapons are cool looking. Look at this thing. A coral spear. It's kind of great. I can throw it. Yep, just like I tried it. I don't know where it went. Oh! Into the storage system. That's kind of badass. Should we test it on a squid? Come here, squid! Why are there a million in the... There we go. There's a million in the... See, that's the giant ones we're killing in the mob farm. Look at him. What's up, buddy? Can I don't know how much health they have. This is a bad idea. I missed. And it's gone forever. Okay. Good test. We'll get more, don't worry. They drop them frequently. Why aren't you working? What's happened? Oh, okay. Upgrades. First order business. Haha. And void upgrades. So we need these. Oh no, I don't have many of these. None of that either. This is... Nope, give me those seeds. Actually, you have a drawer. Go back into your drawer. So do you and you. So there's gonna be a lot of me off camera moving bulk things like sticks into storage where they belong. But mostly we need void upgrades right now, and we should have plenty of obsidian. I just don't think I have any in the storage system. So give me 1 second and we'll do this by hand real quick, because we don't want to clog up our mob farm. Where's my obsidian maker? Hiding from me. There we go. Let's make a stack of them. That should be fine, because it's the mob farm I'm really concerned about. I should hook that drawer up to the system, but for right now, we'll just chuck it in there so it knows we have it. And we're going to need a bunch of simple drawers. There's 3. Can you just make a... Can you not make them with that? Can you make them with, like, something normal for me? Like oak wood? Oh my goodness. If I put you there and go oak, like so, there we go. Make as many as you can. How am I out of chests? I'm just out. What happens? Okay, 25 of them. I think I made 28. Then we just do that. Awesome, 37. That should be plenty. And that should unclog the farm. Okay, so I'm only going to upgrade the drawers So what this does is anything that goes over how much the drawer can hold, it just voids it. In case that was unclear. What else is in here? Potatoes. We can make soup from all this. Did I upgrade that lower right one? Yes. And we can tell that it's been put in. You can either look at the rendering or shift right click on a drawer and see that the upgrade's in there. Okay, we have pants that we don't want. I'm going to do this as a whitelist until I'm confident we've gotten everything out of here that we want, because some of the mobs are rare, like those giant squid. Oh, speak of the devil. Nice. Okay, now that we have, wow, 271 ender pearls. Holy Toledo. And glowstone. My goodness, we can do all the things. Now that we have those ender pearls, we could make protochorus and make a wireless version of our storage. I was also gonna put a store. Well, we can do that off camera. Let me put all this back. Upgrade. We'll keep cables. I don't need torches on me. I don't need factory blocks. Don't need eggs. Should have a drawer to go into, which is awesome. Okay, what was I mumbling about? Let's see. The mob farm protochorus, so we can make a wireless terminal thing of the stuff. Oh, you just stopped listening because you'd help someone. Oh, no worries. That happens, Gregory. If I got mad at somebody else for getting distracted, then I would be like the biggest I would be the biggest hypocrite ever. I am distracted by all the things. Okay, I have finished my tea. Now we move to water. Okay, wireless. Nope, it's called something else. Portable. That's fine. We'll say portable. But in order to do that, we need this, the omnidirectional connector. So we'll take a look at this. And we need, this is what we're after, is the chorus chunk. But to get it, we need to put these proto-chorus in our foundry. And I'm going to go with, hopefully 9 of them makes 1 block. It might be 1 makes 1 block. Let's see. I really need to work on lighting. Can you be melted by lava? Yes, thank goodness. I probably also need to do lava automation for this thing. We'll get, what do we have? Do we have the magic thing that we can go to the nether and... Well, we know the pumps from FTB stuff and things will pump lava. I'm pretty sure. We don't have create. Maybe we could do world interaction. Lava factory controller. How do we produce lava? Okay, we could just melt cobblestone. That's what we're doing right now. Okay, that's the answer, is just to set up a simple lava thing. Okay, we have liquid chorus. Does it say how much? No. But 1 block used. Okay, it's by millibuckets. Nice. Nice. We're going to need this for a bunch of stuff. Okay, let's take our block of chorus, turn it into crystallized chorus chunks. Quest complete. Let's sleep because it's so dark and Winnie hasn't lit up her base yet. Working on it. Why am I swimming so fast in the water? Yeah, so we have, I have artifacts, I have amphibian boots, and I have upgraded them twice. So we're on level 2 of fins. So my swim speed increases by 4.9% per second. And right now it stops at 8 seconds. So if I increase 5% over 8 seconds, I've got like a 40% increase in my swimming speed. But I think it's cumulative, like it's exponential, kind of like interest rates on a house. So it's increasing by 5% based on the current speed. So every second, so the first second my speed increases by 5%, so I'm swimming at 105%. Then it takes 5% of 105%. So now I'm increased speed by that fraction, right? And it might be ready to upgrade again. No. I also have gills. It has a 13% chance to not consume air. So we can stay a little bit longer in the water. Okay, I want to re-roll a random stat. I don't know what relative levels. Oh no, I don't want you to give 50 finance. Okay. So occasionally this has told me it's leveled up. Next time it gets to this gold bar, we'll have enough experience to level it up again. And I'm probably going to go for the fins again, because we'll get water breathing on our helmet at some point. But yeah, it's that relic is the reason I'm going so fast. So Depth Strider 3 plus the amphibian boots. I don't think I'm wearing anything else that makes me go fast. No, the ruby amulet gives me +3 health. The wool mittens. I've just been upgrading because I can use snowballs to attack things. That might come in handy later. I don't know. We probably have better artifacts I should be wearing. I have the magma walkers, but they have that limitation of they start causing me damage when I'm in the nether on the lava lake because it thinks I'm standing in it. I don't know if we could wear 2 pairs of amphibian boots. You know, that's not a bad idea, actually. We don't need roller skates. Roller skates is like speed on land. Increases movement speed. But the problem is that all blocks become slippery for the wearer, which is a nightmare as a builder. So I'm not a fan of the roller skates. Leather belt increases the number of equipment slots, but it takes up my belt spot. And right now, my soul lantern is in there. So I guess if I wore the belt, I could get another spot. We also have the reflecting necklace. And this is accumulates damage taken by the wearer, and then I explode in all directions. Which would be cool for boss fights. But I'm kind of happy with my +3 max health right now from the necklace. We don't need to run around on icebreakers. I guess what's a bastion ring do? I haven't looked at all these. Makes piglins neutral to me. That's cool. But, like, do we need that? It also gives me additional experience for killing zombified piglins and piglin brutes. Which is kind of meh. And then the blazing flash just keeps blazes from... It gives me experience for blazes flying around. And it keeps blazes from flying away. Which we don't have any problem with that. What else? We got anything else good? No. There are a bunch more relics though. I'm keeping my eyes out. I have 3 pairs of magma walkers. I wish you could recycle relics into important things. No create. I know. I don't know whether I'm sad or happy. Like, it's nice to not have it, I think. But I miss it. Like, there are a couple of things I wanted to do with it. This is us making more blaze gold. Still going old school. Look, I can put stuff in the storage system, though. And we can go get 6 blocks of gold. I missed like a missing thing. Give me that. Gotta put my magnet back on. Can't function without my magnet. I'm so used to things being picked up. Okay, let's check on the mob farm because reasons. Oh, wireless. Wireless. Winnie, you had a thing. Here we go. Jeez Louise. Okay, we've made the wireless version, but we also need to make this omnidirectional controller. So, monodirectional controller, no problem. It's very happy we could do that. We need 2 of these. 2. There we go. Now we need logic directors. That makes 4, thank goodness. And there's... Now we have omnidirectional. Oh, it made 2. Awesome. There they are. And I think all we have to do is stick it anywhere on the network. So I'm just going to stick it underneath our thing. And we shift right click. That on it. No network has been linked. Right click on it. Okay, right click. Link to network. Okay. Sweet. And... Ha-ha! Is that's all our stuff. Amazing. So now at the very least, when I'm carrying... Like, in my pocket, I can put stuff away. Which is fan-frickin-tastic. Like that bottle or that controller. Do we need the logic cables anymore? Yes. I can also craft from here. I said I wanted to... Oh, JEI synced, please. Can we make some more of these? Yes. Beautiful. Because I also want to put a crafting grid in here somewhere. I am constantly in this part of the base and not able to craft. So where is a good place to put that? We'll try here. And all we gotta do is hook it up to this guy. And put a little into our face. Nice. Wow, I don't like any of those sizes. Can we just do that? That's great. The cloud in a bottle artifact is great. Works just like the one in Terraria to give you an extra jump. Ooh, I love that. I love those artifacts. I don't know if they have it here. No. I don't see it. That one's been around for a while, too. It's so good. Look at me putting stuff back in the storage system from my pocket. And I think these work across dimensions. If I'm not mistaken, we should test it. Let me grab something to eat. Did I eat all the things on the counter? Yes. Let me take some stuffed pumpkin with me. Let's go see if we can open our storage from the nether. Because inquiring minds need to know. Da, 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 da. You finally learned how to use applied energistics? Gregory, you are not alone. Look, we can use it in the nether. That's so great. Okay. I just played through Sky Factory 5. I feel like my game sounds are very loud for me today. 1 second. I'm like yelling to hear myself. I'm not going to change it for y'all. Let me know if the game sounds are too loud. I'll turn them down. I finally, in Sky Factory 5, set up the first AE system I've set up in since 1.12, I think. Easily. Okay, these have drawers. I know for a fact they have drawers. So let's put them in the drawers. Anything else have drawers? No. Bloop, 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 bloop. Right? Let's go see if that worked. I want to make sure our priorities are set up here. So yeah, setting up an AE. I set up a simple one. I still do not understand the cabling. Like, I get that you need smart cables, and I get channels. Like, that's pretty clear to me. But what I don't know is why some blocks will only connect to a glass cable and not a smart cable. Like, why do I have to have the crafting thing? I can't get it to connect to a smart cable. It only wants to connect to a glass cable. So I don't know. I'm still learning. And goodness knows, we might need the auto crafting. Ooh, pulsating photovoltaic. That's 16 FE per tick. That's a nice little external power source. Carrot, look, another ender chest. I love it. And because I still don't have a sheep farm, God, I'm going to automate tree farm because just crafting for all the storage, that's why that gigantic group of trees is over there. It took like 20 stacks of wood to make all the storage drawers. Like, I don't think I remember it taking that much wood, but I guess it does. That's what I wanted to make with Create, too. It's just an automated tree farm because it's so easy. Although we've got, no, we don't have Industrial 4 going. Oh my god. How am I going to make a tree farm in here? I don't even know. What cuts down trees? Mechanisms? Is that planter? I guess we don't need it. Wow. Gotta do it all by hand. Not a fan. Okay, look at all this junkola. Look at me, throw it in storage. Woo! Okay, now this has to be processed. Carrots can go. You can go. The coal can go. The bastion fruit can go. And let's go throw these in our... This is the only thing I didn't put a processing chest so I can dump things in here, but I can, like, there should always be enough room in one of the jars to do this. It should be fine. Yeah, there it goes. Okay, let's pump up our pumps one more time. There's a mod that makes Minecraft into Terraria. It's called Confluence. And it's under development. It has a hard mode. That sounds very cool. What, Kirk, you were talking about another mod you ran across that, like, changes... fundamentally changes Minecraft to be... have more depth. Sorry, this is like the most boring activity. We're going to figure out how to automate water. I could not get them to accept water from the fluid hopper. I have not tried... Like, I can get it to accept lava from a fluid pipe. You'd think I'd be able to give them water from a fluid pipe. Should we try that? Like, I don't know why that wouldn't work. Did I not have fluid pipes when I was trying this? Because this is infinite water. You know what? Let's do it over my head, because I know better than to block my path running through the universe here. And we do not want you to connect. Do you, if I take away your water, do you still work? Because that would be amazing. Constantly 10 buckets. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have solved the water problem. Oh, yeah, we have. The Ortec pipes fuss about being in water, so we have to make little protective sluices for them. So let's do that. So I can run it underwater. Oops, and our cable's in the way. That's okay. We'll just make the sluice really shallow. Like that. In case you didn't notice, I made little half blocks around the whole base so I can get up anywhere I fall in the water. Yeah, it's a feature. Okay, we should be able to run... I just need to fill these up so they don't have water blocks in them. And, oh, I see what I was doing. Yes. Can I do that? And not that. I want to do... Yeah, not that. I can't get out. But, okay, that tells me where the pipe has to go. Possibly, maybe. Where are you? There. I think that'll do it. Ah! Our water breathing ran out. Does that get us? I think that gets us all the way over there. Something doesn't have to be pretty, just has to work. Oh! I did not put half blocks on the inside. Okay then. Note to self. This is troubleshooting with Winnie. There we go. Now there's no water down there. Like so. Okay, there's that pipe that can sit there. That's fine. Now, can we get you? Blip. There. And there. Help, I can't get up here either. This is what I do off camera. Y'all don't see any of this shenanigans. Okay, you don't need water both directions. Thanks. Are you connected? Yes. And you don't need it both directions, which means I can get rid of you. 10 buckets. 10 buckets. Haha! We no longer have to wind up our water. That is game changing. Oh, I didn't even think about that now that I have... I don't know when we had access to fluid pipes and I didn't think about using fluid pipes on the strainers. That's, I mean, you know. Okay, next, let's check our quest book because the next big step for us is steel. That is, everything is gated behind that. I don't know what's up with the rain. We really need the aqua affinity. Oh my god, yes. What's the goal of this mod pack? Aha, it's a great question. So, if we go to the rift below, we are going to proceed down into the rift, enter the rift, and do a bunch of things. We'll extend our time in the rift, but ultimately the goal is to obtain these 12 trophies. Yes, they're 12. We have one of them so far. We'll need to defeat the Rift Weaver. We'll need to make a Heart of the Rift. We'll need to kill the Leviathan from Ender's Cataclysm. We'll need to kill Ignis from the Cataclysm mod. We'll need to discover Nautex Prismarine crystals and use them. We'll need to use actually additions to empower all the things. That'll be fun. I haven't done that in ages. We will need to make particle accelerators from Oritech, which is fun. Like a literal particle accelerator. We'll need to make time crystal blocks. Make a quantum computer core. I think from AE2, yes. Mess around with the replication mod, which is going to be the key to us doing all this other stuff. We'll need to have polymorphic fluid from just dire things, which is actually, we could totally do that now. It's just polymorphic catalyst and water, and I think we have that. Should be, I'm pretty sure we got that from a drop. Yeah, we did. Look at that. So if I had a water bucket like this, and I made a little thing and said water and put it in here and then threw that in there and picked it up. Polymorphic fluid bucket. Woo! Who knew? And a rift below. Yay. So that gives us a polymorphic fluid bucket trophy. So our trophies are super important. In fact, we should probably put them somewhere more prominent than in my boudoir. Because we'll need them. Oops! I accidentally broke a block. Okay, trophies. Where should all the trophies go? I feel like they should be in positions of prominence. So we'll line them up here so we don't forget them. Yay, I didn't realize we'd get to a trophy today. Nice. So that's the goal, basically, is to get home, quote unquote. So there literally is, spoiler alert, we have the ability to leave this water flooded dimension. And that's our ultimate goal. And now that we have, I'm so excited about having storage. Yay. Nope, that goes in here. It'll take me a hot minute to not be going up to a crafting table to craft things. And more food. Let's try to find a food I haven't eaten yet. Maybe a form of coffee. Oh, golden coffee beans. I have not eaten golden coffee beans. Let's do it. Oops. Forgot to mute the phone this morning. Ta-da. So we just need some of these. What does that give us? Nothing. Really? I thought that would give us some kind of status effect. I mean, it's good food with good saturation. That's nice. Is there anything else? We can't eat the chicken food, I'm sad to say. We can have roasted coffee beans, which also turn into... Oh, we can have coffee cookies. Let's make some of those. Because I have roasted a few. And we have... Okay, we'll eat some coffee cookies. It's getting harder and harder to find things I haven't eaten. Because I've been trying to get more hearts. Because I'm going to tell you, some of these boss fights do not look fun. I mean, Cataclysm? Sure. They're awesome. Okay, the other thing I want to do is kind of see how much XP our mob farm is generating. In terms of levels. And we can do that with some fluid pipes and I'm probably going to make another XP holder. And we need to check on this. Yeah, see? This is what I was worried about. So, tridents clogging it up. Golden chest plates. And quivers, steel boots. Oh wow, we should melt those and get some steel nuggets. Gold pants. I need to turn off my magnet again very quickly. Because holy Toledo. That's the only problem with having looting. Like, it's great. But wow. Is there anything on here? Here we go. Coral Bardiche. And we got hats. Is there anything else that's dropping that we don't have a place for in the storage? Yes, tridents. So, what can we eliminate? I don't think we're going to be using tridents. Or leather armor. I will keep steel boots. Okay, and see, here's where we're kind of out of filtering options. I want to keep running this for a while. Just to make sure we've caught everything we want. Is there anything else? We have potions of healing? Yes. Not that we need them. The pipes are doing pretty good at clearing stuff out. You gotta kind of sit here and babysit it for a second. What did I say? I'm keeping the steel. Quivers. And let's take a look at our XP. Look at all those beautiful levels going in. I don't know how much is in there. I don't think it'll be a lot yet. We got 100, and yeah, it's like 100 levels, which doesn't equate to increasing the XP by 100, but it should get us high enough that I can do a whole bunch of enchanting off camera and get our armor a little more up to snuff. Although we really need to head down the quest line of improving underwater armor, actually. So let's do that for just a couple of minutes, like add breathing. So that got us to 62 levels. That's not bad. I'm going to leave that pipe there. And let's go get... Look how cool that is. Coral Bardiche. How fancy do we look? Look at that sucker. That's a head chopper right there. I want to find a way to display these on a wall or something, if I can. Okay, you're happy again? Like, there's got to be a way to hang this up on the wall, right? Like a knot on an item frame. We'll figure it out. I'm going to put it in there for now. I'm going to smelt these boots so we get a steel nugget. Woo! Super exciting. One steel nugget. I think I have one steel ingot from a drop already. Okay, put you there. And let's take a look at our quests, because... Okay, we've done the mob farm thing. What do we get? Prismarine amulet. Nice, thanks game. Steaming ahead. This is where we are. I have not gotten a blazing archwood sapling, but I think I can convert a crimson fungus into a blazing one just to meet that quest. So let's do that real quick, because I know I brought some of those back, and I made the atomic reconstructor from Ashley Editions. And we just need a button to make it do a thing. And it needed power. That was our whole power thing. So I think if I stick you here, I'll stick a button on you. Oh, and you're just going to pulse right now. Here we go. Blazing archwood. And if I had a redstone torch, I can turn you off of pulse. I'm pretty sure. If I would actually get it out of the... Yeah, shut up. Yep, you stopped? Okay. So now when I push the button is the only time it'll do things. It converts items into other forms. The head chopper fits my outfit. You're so right. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? You were busy setting up your father's work PC. Aren't you a good kiddo? That is what I do for my mother all the time. Is set up her computer stuff. That is my job as a child. We have set up storage using integrated dynamics. So we can actually craft from all of our storages. We also have the storage drawers, yada yada, and I've automated the processing of everything using modular routers of all things. I'm getting more and more comfortable with them. Also figured out that we could just run water through fluid pipes to feed all of our sluices, so we don't have to wind up the water pumps anymore. Also, it's dark. Okay, blazing archwood. I'm going to plant this because I love the red tree. Airdrop 54 blocks west. Is that new? Or is that the one we got earlier? Or is that one I missed? I don't know. I must have missed it. Aww. Like I am facing west, right? Yeah. I missed it. Dang, that's 2 I've missed this stream. I'm fired. Jeez. Let's cut down this tree. I need to add efficiency to this axe, I think is our biggest problem. Maybe we can use Ender IO to do that, right? Because I have nothing on it. No enchantments at all. Like a champion. Oh, time to reactivate our magnet. Like so, and then put stuff in storage like so. And then grab our hoe. It's rhyming with Winnie. Grow. Nice. And let's check off that quest because more XP. Okay, we've done all these things. We've ground netherrack. Now we need to experiment a bit more with netherrack since it has the ability to withstand the heat of the lava dimension. It made sense for me to try using lava instead of water in an iron sluice. We've already done that. The gold mesh seems to be the lowest tier that can withstand the lava, but it's definitely producing some different materials. We did create crushed netherrack and run it through an iron sluice with lava instead of water. I don't know why. I don't have this because I haven't held crushed netherrack in my hand, apparently. So let's make that happen. Super quick. With... I have so many netherite hammers. And it's kind of sad that we have gone beyond the use of hammers now. Yay! There's that quest. Okay. Okay, and now finding quartz means I'm close to making basic tech. I would not be surprised if I could use this to make new alloys in my foundry, explore different crafts using nether quartz, yada yada. So we know we can make silicon, copper alloy ingots, and we can do it in the foundry with quartz and copper. And we're going to need that is what opens our path to Oratech. And steel. Okay. The powered foundry from Oratech, that's what we need to do. So we need a magmatic boiler, a steam boiler add-on, and a steam engine, which means we need the copper alloy. So let's feed the crushed netherrack to our lava. Nope. I'm just going to have to stand here. I didn't put a hopper. It's just feeding it right into... Dun, dun, dun. And in fact, we need a whole bunch more netherrack, too. I'm going to, like, shortcut it and go to the nether and tear down whole islands. Because I can. But we can manufacture netherrack. We just need to feed some... Actually, 2 ways to do it. And I'm not sure I'm a fan of using our redstone to generate netherrack. You could also make a basalt generator. So if we look at netherrack, I say that. Let's look at it again. To generate it in a tempered glass jar, we can have lava and redstone dust superheated, which means it just needs to be over soul fire. Gives us netherrack. However, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, if we sift crushed basalt on a gold mesh, we get netherrack and dirty netherite scrap. So all we need is a basalt generator. And we can generate basalt with polymorphic fluid and lava. Can't we also make... Doesn't vanilla have basalt generation, soul sand, and ice? Right? I hope that's not disabled in here. We'd also go the seeds route. I'm wondering more and more if we should go down the mystical agriculture path for some things. Because yes, screw polymorphic fluid. But I'm pretty sure basalt generation is lava with... No. Soul sand and ice with something. And how do we get ice? Seeds. Oh, water with a chilled. So we can, if we had liquefied source, which we could do by putting... Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Where? Nope. Liquefied Starbuncle Mania. So how do I get it in there? Gaseous source. Rotary condenser. That seems... I feel like there's a better way to do this. Like, can't I just melt source gems in the smeltery? Wouldn't that work? Let's try it! Because I think I can use Lappy to make source gems. This is for science. Right? We need to automate this too. You can also use amethyst crystal, but I haven't figured out how to get amethyst yet. We gotta find amethyst buds and move them here. I'm sure there's some kind of like building structure out there that has amethyst shards in it. This will take a second. While that's happening, let's turn in quests. But yeah, the polymorphic we got in a drop. That's why we could shortcut that. I mean, I guess we were like one step away. And I probably should go ahead and make a full set of dire things. The armor. Okay, we did all kinds of storagey stuff today. Nice. I did work on modular routers. We're probably not going to do those. We got to get to Ender IO. We've done most of the Oritech starter stuff. This is just me picking up pipes from drops. Integrated dynamics. We've done the proto crystal. We will need We made logic directors. Game. See? Look. Give me that quest. Thank you. I made all the things. Ooh, we got another cardboard box. That's great. And then these are all world integration. Like fluids, energy. Like you can use integrated dynamics to do all the things. Items, fluids, power. This is all the storage. Similar layout. Yep. Thanks. We know. Part enhancements. And we've actually done... I'm not going to make these off camera. I'll make an importer and an exporter because we've done all this other stuff too. Oh crap, we could use it for crafting? I forget that integrated dynamics is so powerful. But Oratech is our path to steel, right? Okay, Gregory, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by today. We'll be back tomorrow. And I think what I'll do is I'll get set up off camera for getting into Oratech tomorrow. Because I think that's, like, I'm looking at the clock and I'm at my 2 hours for the day. So, we did all the things. Oh, we're just going to experiment, see if I can throw these in the foundry real quick. So we made source gems. Woo! And that's liquid chorus, which we'll go ahead and pour out. Will y'all go in there? No. They're just blue. They're not melting. That's sad. Okay, well, it was a thought, right? Worth the experiment. Liquid chorus, workaround. Haha. But yeah, tomorrow's gonna be the path to steel. So we'll work on that. Today we did great. We got our mob farm up and running and producing all the resources we need. I got all the storage done off camera. We got the teeniest bit into Ars Nouveau, like the very first block you need to create, which is the imbuement chamber, so you can make these source gems. Tomorrow we're going full steam ahead with Oratech and getting into steel, because steel is holding us back from the next steps. But thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this stream, please leave a like. It helps me out, and I appreciate it. In the meantime, remember, you are all the shiny stuff that awesome is made of. Take care, everybody. Take care. Yeah, flint and steel, says Gregory. Okay. Bye.